Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to another Mickey's Roundtable adventure where we explore everything Disney, one themed adventure at a time. For this episode, Thanksgiving at Walt Disney World, I headed to the best restaurant I could think of for a Thanksgiving meal. That's right, the Liberty Tree Tavern in Liberty Square at Magic Kingdom. You're not going to want to miss this Mickey's Roundtable adventure. For full disclosure, I didn't actually have my Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day. I actually have to work. So I did it a few days earlier when I had a day off and was able to get a reservation at the restaurant. I was in Magic Kingdom just last week and overheard a guest talking about going to Liberty Tree Tavern for Thanksgiving, and they said they tried to get a reservation, but within minutes of reservations being available, they were all gone, all used up. It's a tough reservation to get for Thanksgiving Day in particular, although it's a good restaurant and it would be good on any holiday. Independence Day, New Year's Day, Christmas Day, your birthday, Thursday. It really is a good restaurant. I think this is my fourth time that I've eaten there, and it is good every single time that I've gone. I had a reservation for 11:55, and so when I got to the park, I had a little bit of time to kill. I headed over to Liberty Square, and while in Liberty Square, there's several attractions to choose from. The Haunted Mansion, the day I went was actually what they call a party sandwich. They do the Christmas parties, and so there was a Christmas party on Sunday, no Christmas party on Monday, and then a Christmas party on Tuesday. So on that Monday, when there's no Christmas party, it gets very, very busy. And this was that Monday, and so the line for the Haunted Mansion was extremely long, so I didn't want to do that. So I went to the Hall of Presidents. It runs on a schedule, the 15 and the 45 after the hour, and you show up and you're able to get in and see the show. I did want to catch that show as well because of the election not too long ago and the upcoming change in presidential administration. They undergo a closure and a refurbishment anytime that happens, and so it should be closing sometime early next year, 2025, and I wanted to catch it at least one more time. I think I'm going to go again and maybe do a video about it in the not too distant future here before they do close down for a refurbishment. The other attraction there in Liberty Square that runs on a schedule, the Liberty Square Riverboat. It's the only ride that I'm aware of anyway that actually runs on a schedule. You can look at the time. I'm not wearing my watch, but I was then. You can look at the time and know exactly when the boat's leaving, exactly how long you have before it's going to be underway, and exactly when it's going to be coming back. And so I did just that, knowing that I had just the right amount of time to enjoy the ride and then make it back to Liberty Square in time for my Liberty Tree Tavern Thanksgiving lunch. It was actually around lunchtime. So we know that the Hall of Presidents will be closing sometime next year for a refurbishment with the change in presidential administration. We also know that the Rivers of America and the Liberty Square Riverboat will also be closing. Unfortunately, it's not just for a refurbishment. They want to close it down for good forever and replace it with some idiotic Cars attraction. Check out my video, Huck No, Save the Rivers of America, if you want to know more about the backstory of the Rivers of America, the riverboat, and why I personally think that it should be saved. And just a quick side note, the shot here of the riverboat passing by Fort Langhorne on Tom Sawyer Island. When I was out there waiting for that to come by and get my video of it, because it was a non-party day and the park was very crowded, and in part because they're closing Tom Sawyer Island as well, there were a lot of people out there, and I don't think I can recall ever seeing the island, and in particular the fort, so full of people, and in particular so full of kids. They were having a blast. They were laughing and running and shouting at each other, hey, come here and look at this. And then the one dad, he's looking at his phone, hey, kid, we got to go to Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, because they're Lightning Lane or whatever. And the kid's response was, but I don't want to go. He was having such a good time out on Tom Sawyer Island. So the time for my reservation came, and I headed over to the Liberty Tree Tavern. And when you go inside there, there's a waiting area, a great big fireplace. No fire because it's Florida, and even though it's winter, they don't have a fire going. But it is a cool space. It is themed to colonial America. That time period didn't take very long before they called my table. So I went by myself for the sake of doing the video, and in going by myself, I ended up with a table that was kind of in a corner, right next to the kitchen, which was okay because that meant the food was going to get there quicker. It's like I believe I said this is the fourth time that I've been there, and it is divided up into, I believe, 5 different rooms, if memory serves me. Let's see if I can remember these. And each room, each area is named after and themed to a different figure from the American Revolutionary period. So George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, that's the room that I was in, Benjamin Franklin, Paul Revere, Betsy Ross, and James Earl Jones. Sorry, John Paul Jones. That's the one. Oh, so there's 6. So there's 6 rooms. If I remember those correctly, those are the 6 different rooms, areas in the restaurant, and they're themed slightly different based on each one of those historic figures. So they bring you a menu, and it's not a menu like you would get in a restaurant where you look through it and you say, well, I'd like this and some of that, and give me such and such else. No, they bring you the menu just to tell you, here's what's coming. It's an all-you-can-eat, all-you-care-to-enjoy, as they say these days, and basically they let you know what's coming. You can choose your beverage, and there are adult beverages that you can enjoy as well. So then the meal starts. They bring you a salad and some bread. It's the Declaration of Salad. And then the meal comes, and it is, as you would imagine a Thanksgiving meal to be. It is turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, and just, meat and potatoes, good old-fashioned American food, and it's really good. And if you finish your plate, they'll bring you more, and they'll bring you more. It is all you care to enjoy. I only had the 1 plate full. I can't eat that much. But it's very good. I'm not a foodie, but for me, it was, that was good stuff. And then there's a couple of options for dessert. The Ooey Gooey Toffee Cake, and then on the plant-based menu, and there's a plant-based menu for the main meal as well. But for the dessert, it was the Johnny Appleseed Warm Apple Cake. I love the ambiance and the theming and the setting in the restaurant, but the food is very good too. And if you want to give it a try, but you can't get a reservation at the Liberty Tree Tavern, right next door is the Diamond Horseshoe Restaurant. Different theming, more of kind of a Wild West kind of a feel to it. Again, same menu, they share a kitchen. You can try that too. Other food options in Liberty Square, you don't have to eat at one of the sit-down restaurants. Sleepy Hollow, there is the Liberty Square Market. That's where you can get those turkey legs. If you're just hankering for some turkey, you can get a turkey leg there. And then there's Columbia Harbor House as well, quick service restaurant. So those are some other options there in Liberty Square if you want to grab something to eat but don't want to spend the money, or you just can't get a reservation at either the Liberty Tree Tavern or the Diamond Horseshoe. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you like the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. I would be thankful if you actually did that. I'm going to wrap up this Mickey's Roundtable adventure. We'll see you next time for another exciting adventure.